3 supermarkets. I earn $300 per month. And right now, I make the business in Central America, and I am generating commissions around 5,000, 6 million colones, which are $10,000 a month. I don't have professional studies, and I dedicate 100% to this marvelous company. And how do I see the business in Central America? Well, Jorge told us that he saw us. He saw Omnilife Central America as just one region, as a country, and that is how we are perceiving this. We see it as a great opportunity of 45 million people in Central America and a great opportunity to grow. I don't know if you have any question. How have you grown? How are you? The forum is yours. Okay, I met the company through because of money problems. I had been unemployed 6 months. For where I live is a place very far away from the capital. I live near the border with Panama, in a town of 50,000 people, and it's very hard to get a job. So I had the opportunity because of an ad, and they needed to generate $300. My host at that moment taught me to cover my basic needs, and that's how I began to work. 3 months after, I was earning double of what I was earning in the supermarket, and I began to grow slowly. And I had certain abilities, things that I didn't know before. I didn't know how to sell, I didn't know how to prospect, I didn't know how to speak in public, and I was adapting myself. Why? Because you need to do the things. No one is born, knowing things. And I was creating abilities to go ahead. When I saw that I covered my basic needs, when I saw that I had money in my wallet to, to cover my basic needs, when I saw that I had money for rice, for beans, I wanted a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And that way I grew. I bought my first house, then I bought another one, and my life has changed dramatically. I have 4 houses in the zone where I live. Last year I bought a car of the year. I didn't know how to drive. That was a limitation I had. I bought a car without having a license, but I took a risk. And today it's been a radical change in my life and in my family's life. Life has changed, but I've always let myself be led. I still let myself be led. Why? Because we, as hosts, we want to do good for others. And when my host tells me, what you are looking for is something good for you, yes, I am very disciplined in that. Life has changed a lot and is still changing, and I know big things are coming for me and my family. Big things are coming for my group, my entrepreneurs, my organization. Why? Because they are letting themselves be led, and we're going for more. Now we are seeing Central America in a different manner. We are guiding it in a different manner. We are working differently. We call it working hybridly, virtual, and we are making presentations face to face with the following norms, everything normal, but we are doing it a little bit more in depth. We have a lot of union because in the pandemic it sent us away a lot. We had people that in 1 year we haven't seen each other. We only met through Zoom or a WhatsApp call. And right now we are more personalized. We are working in Panama once more. We are meeting new people and serving them. So that is what we are doing for the moment. And it's something very clear, what Jorge said. Serve the people, don't serve from the people. That is what I'm trying to do and what I've done since day one. Serve the people, not use the people. And from then on forward, wishing that it's September 11 to go to Guadalajara. The rest of the diamonds that are connected, I'm ready to begin to share. Mauricio, Giron, Freddy, Cruz, we are online. Can you hear me? Your microphone is off. Good night. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay. Mauricio Giron, I leave you so you will continue with the panel, what you had to share. Drink a Magnus. We need energy, smiles, and let's go on because we still have a lot to go. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, whatever. I say hi to everybody in Omnilife. My name is Mauricio. I live in Santana, in El Salvador, and I'm very excited about everything that's happened. Have been connected since 10 a.m. This is marvelous, and we are seeing all of this that we've had a lot of fun, but I have a lot of energy to keep on going. And how do I get to OmniLife? I got to OmniLife because of the community. It was the moment when I received a call and they says, Mauricio, there is a person from Mexico and he's bringing a project. Right then I was unemployed for 2 years. I was desperate. I was living in a very difficult situation. I was 36 years old then, and I had touched depth. I had a lot of economical problems. I owed a lot of money, and they had taken, all of my things. So I lived in a situation that was very horrible. And my daughter, one of my daughters with health problems, she had asthma, and she had convulsions, she had anemia, and hepatitis because of the medications. She was around 6 years old. And when I go to that first meeting, they tell me about this opportunity, and I didn't affiliate the first time. My host had to call me twice. The third time he arrived, I said, I did want to get in, but I didn't have any money to buy anything. And he said, well, I looked for money to get in, and the first thing I did was to try the products. When he told me about the products, especially about Omni Cruz, and I said, that is the product that my daughter needs. And I used the product, my daughter used the product too, and I decided to come in. My host, Javier Melendez, I thank him because he was very patient. When I entered OmniLife, my self-esteem was at the bottom. I didn't have any. I lived with many pains. I was angry, all of those things. And something that made an impact on me was here is not a multi-level. Here we have a business. And he explained to me what he had created. And he talked to me about the schools, and he showed me. I wanted to go to the schools, but I also wanted to have a check. $5,000 is all the money in the world. And I decided to get in. I decided to give the perks to my daughter Gabby, and then I gave her more. And the result that I had with my daughter was what made me stay in this company and to work 100%. It took time. I had to solve emotional problems of beliefs. But thanks to that opportunity, which is OmniLife, and that human part that they have and they develop, and we are beginning to know everything. And you're saying, how much does this cost? But you're always learning in this company. That is what has made me stay in the company. Today, my life has changed completely in all sense. It took me 18 years to get out of the debts that I had. And these last 2 years has been a blessing. I've, many impressive things have happened in my life. And thanks to all of that team, all of those people that are in the administration and that have joined this project. And it was clear to me since the beginning, and they told me what I wanted. So if I wanted followers, they're good, and you need them, or to grow in a leader organization. And I said, what's the difference? And he explained to me the difference, and I said, I want an organization of leaders. And they say around there, ask life what you want, and life will give it to you. And life began to send me wonderful people, leaders, Osvaldi Camarón, which is my first line, Alicia Rivas, who is second line in Guatemala. And that way, an organization that has been forming in many countries. And how do I see Central America? As a great opportunity, a magnificent opportunity. Something else that I heard was we see each other only in one basket. And I began because my wife went to Guatemala and the organization was open. And then she opened some other lines in Guatemala. We have lines in Nicaragua, in El Salvador, which is one of our stronger countries, and the other market, which is the USA. There are four countries where I receive money from, and really good. And other countries which suddenly I receive checks, but those countries are fixed. And it's impressive how much life has changed. And I get emotional to know about everything that is going to happen with this technology. The pandemic came and changed us. And then it came here to stay. And we need to get used to it. We need to learn. I didn't know much about technology. Now I'm a technologist. And the truth is that I love it because I like it. And I'm learning to use social network and making mistakes. But there we go. And this last year in the pandemic, it's impressive how we grew. During the pandemic, I was earning 15,000 a month, and in the pandemic, I began to earn more than 1,000 a day. It's impressive, really, and my life has changed. But this year in the pandemic, I brought two cars, a Ford Explorer, a Mitsubishi Outlander, and cash. No, I bought those cars in cash, and that is something that is very exciting. I'm also giving my family a new lifestyle. We consume the product, which is something very important. You need to start from the first day. Otherwise, my host, always said, you need to use the product. And then Jorge told me, it's fundamental to take the product, and that's why. That's why we go well, and it works because we get together and we use the product. And so I could go on, but I will give the floor to my coworker. I am very excited, and I don't know what Diego says. He says that if you wake up early, a cafecino will help you. Mauricio, well, congratulations. Your growth has been extraordinary during the pandemic to be able to earn more than $30,000 a month as a Diamond Elite. We made a rally in El Salvador. It was spectacular. We have the beauty line going in, and they are fulfilling everything. And it's just the beginning for El Salvador and its organization. Now let's talk to Freddy Cruz, another Diamond Premier from Guatemala. He's been in the company for many years, and he also reached Diamond Premier. Freddy, go ahead and tell us your experience. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, everybody. Congratulations to the Purple World. We are with that learning all day. It's incredible what I have learned right now. I didn't know many things, and today this has been like a school, which I hope it would be. We could have more of this. We all learn, and if the person is here for the first time, they can tell us, wow, the company that you are at. But I'm going to say something very easy. 25 years, you say, it's far away, but I see it very close. 25 years of being in Guatemala because we didn't have any settings. I tried 2 years by contraband. I'm not ashamed to say that. The first Central American contraband. And I fought to bring the products. I didn't know them very much, but when I went to Coatzacoalcos, Veracruz, it was impressive because it was 12 hours away from Tapachula. And when I saw the first cenis, I wanted to bring all of the products because we were suffering from a shortage of the products in Guatemala. And I was very excited. And I had a permission to go because I worked in a company as a legal advisor. I worked in law, then I thought that was my future. And I asked for permission. But there was a time when I brought the product and they told me in Mexico, hey, why don't you tell, what is happening to you? And I said, no, 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 this is for me and my children. But tell us, that is called a testimonial. I didn't know the word testimonial. And so I began to talk, and that made me come back every 30 days to Villahermosa. I love them very much because they helped me to pack my product. And Simari Milla's dad helped me to tie my boxes. He brought the boxes, and when it was too much, I couldn't go through the border because I would get into a lot of trouble. But as a lawyer, I began to work and implementing, how to bring the product. And they said, well, it's the same as your country. Talk to the authorities, help the authorities, and get your product through. So that's what we began to do. And I began to bring the equivalent of 10,000 points, and we were very emotional. And they took photos in Mexico because they said, where are you taking all of that product? And I said, Guatemala. And I hope one day, you're going to have the organization and keep on going because you are going to be the first one. That's how we begin in Guatemala. And today, 25 years later, 8 stores for Guatemala. And now I can say that each store that we open, I think is like my son. And we are very happy because in each cities we know there is an opportunity. In each department we have an opportunity. And today the question is essential. What do you hope for in Central America? We are waiting for everybody because we have the biggest opportunity. Don't think that we are small markets. We are a big population that we need the triple of product. And we need a lot of support. I I began with Omnilife, and I'm going to say something with my heart. I began in Omnilife, getting everywhere to learn, and going to Mexico to learn. I went there because I wanted to know a little bit more of what was happening. But once that I had stepped and I had seen Jorge Vergara, and I say, Jorge, when do you open Guatemala? Because I'm like a teacher. And I didn't think that the first time I was speaking to him, and he says, no problem. Just the problem is your authorities, but we are ready to open it. I felt, this great happiness when Jorge told me that. And if I called him, Jorge, they haven't opened. And he said, wait. And once I made a mistake, I said, Jorge, I'm tired of bringing product. And he says, who told you to bring product? Stop, bringing it in without permission. I didn't know what that word was. What is fayuca? And he says, it's contraband. So he says, I said something very easy. Well, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to keep on bringing the product. So when the first store opens in Guatemala, there was a great party. It was a Central American party because all of Mexico was in Guatemala, Costa Rica. We were there at the store and I said, this is something that everyone's so happy. And we began a very wonderful story because I begin to leave my activities. I begin to have a daily income. And you know that when one has debts, like my friend Mauricio says, when you owe someone, you need to see what to do and get the money to pay. And so I begin to make retail. That's why I love retail. I did 25 boxes daily of just retail. It was only me, of course. It was only my testimonial. And today, I go to many places, but that retail for me represented something very special. To begin to get out of the debts that I had, because I did have a lot of debt, uh, diseases with my children, and I begin to have what is known as abundance. Today, I wanted to graduate immediately as a lawyer to have a magistrate, because being a magistrate, I earned 70,000 quetzales, an equivalent of $10,000. And so I wanted to be and do everything possible to become the best lawyer because of that amount of money that I knew I needed.
And Omnilife, blessed Omnilife, has given me twice as much. And nowadays, I feel very happy for the effort. This time in the middle of the pandemic, my income grew in a very impressive way. And I met the dreams, and I fulfilled the dreams that I have since I met Jorge. I saw him in a BMW. I loved it. It was a black BMW. I love that car. But I never thought during the pandemic I could go to the dealership and, as Mao was saying, to demand my car cash, because when you pay cash for a car and they have an average for $2,000, well, you can imagine how they took care of me, right? What car do you want? Well, we don't have it here in stock, but we'll bring it for you. I want the coupe, the sports coupe. So we don't have it in Guatemala yet, but we'll bring it for you. And so this is something for me. It was a dream come true that I could only, or to Omnilife. Omnilife has given me that dream that has been for my organization also a great example that things can be done and totally cash. So this has been pictures and pictures of my car everywhere, everywhere that we go. People are taking pictures of the car. The excitement that we could be able to do it during the pandemic, that we were able to do it immediately because the alarm was very hard. I remember when the first day that they closed, I called Diego at 6:30 a.m. and said, "Don't close, don't close, don't close on me." And he said, "Diego said that's not my problem. At 7 more a.m. Diego calls me and said, "This is not my problem because that's." I didn't want them to close because I was very concerned. And this is where the pandemic, the creation, and the crisis. I understood that Jorge said one day when he came into Guatemala, he said, there is a world crisis. There was a world crisis, financial world crisis in the 80s, and now I don't see where the crisis was. It hit me very hard because that gold was me. And from that moment, I knew that I had a company that could face any crisis, world crisis for any type. And this is what happened with this blessed pandemic. We faced it without knowing anything, without being able to go out, and we were locked up. But then we began to listen to a word that today is so common that I didn't even know before is the blessed Zoom. I didn't it didn't zoom on me. It didn't zoom in my ears, but our children were already in school, and they started to say the Zoom is for us to be able to see each other. Okay, well, let's dive in and let's see, start using Zoom. And then we could do it through WhatsApp. I remember that I was talking to three distributors and say, Mr. Freddie, I can see you backwards, upside down, but we can hear each other. I didn't know how to put the device on, so when they would say, Freddie, I can hear you, but I can't see you. And I can't, I don't see you either, but I can hear you. It's how are you doing? So this was something amazing. But something fabulous came after that. We began to say, okay, this is great. We got together with 20 people today, and I wasn't going to my business center. I started to see things like things were going great, and I started to see something fabulous. Our blessed product. I didn't know. I didn't even have an idea of what we could do with this coronavirus to to fight this coronavirus and have testimonials of a week of people who had been infected. And we were arriving and saying, we did the esopao, we don't even have. And I would say, connect yourself on Saturday, please. And from there, listen to me. Something that Jorge said, and we're never going to forget, is the we have not left a Monday or Wednesday or a Thursday or Saturday since the pandemic started. They told me that we have to pay me in English. I'll pay you in French. I don't know how much it is, but my children made a transfer to pay for 100 people for, I don't know. I was all excited about it. And so this is how we started. We've been facing the pandemic, and this is how we have been growing. And this is how we will continue growing. And now that Central America, I am sure that with the union that we're going to have, that we're going to be super unstoppable. The small countries are going to be large, are going to be big from the heart to the world. And I am sure that with that intention that we have and that leadership that we're strengthening, we're going to change not only Central America, but also our grain of salt for the world to be the first company in the world, which is our greatest desire, even if we can't see it, but the future generation, I am sure, will see it. Our children are in it, or we're preparing our grandchildren, and this is not stopping. So with that participation, that's the way we're going. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Bolaños, Mauricio Giron. Bolaños, smile a little bit. You're very serious. I'm sending you a big embrace, great diamonds in Central America, people who are transforming their lives. See the opportunities that exist in each one of the countries. They have helped many people. They have organization Panama, El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, and Guatemala, Costa Rica, and they continue growing. Several of them have already in the United States and Mexico also. So learn, listen to what they're doing. I believe all of you had to readapt, as Freddie was saying. Nothing was zooming on with them, but until they had to learn, sometimes putting their image backward, upside down. Now he's very well connected. They learned something completely new, something that empowered their business very much and brought them forward during the pandemic. Now you can teach people in this hybrid model to take advantage of these technologies. I'm sure you have been reaching more people around the world, and you can see that in the check. I would like to send a huge embrace to Central America. Take care, be well, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Thank you.